Good morning from Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson Airport. Getting ready to start this trip. Going to be heading to Charlotte and then make our way over to Madrid. So thank you guys so much for coming on this journey with me. Going to start with a little lunch after we made it through getting checked in and going through security. The shortest walk in the world from security to our current gate. I'll show that to you guys in a second. But I am going to eat right here at Grindhouse Killer Burgers. I just love the sound of the slogan down there. Women cry for it, men die for it. Gonna hopefully get a good, nice American hamburger before heading over and having some European food for the week. So just to show you guys, security is just right up there on the right, and we walked right here to gate T10. So shortest ever trip within the massive airport that is Hartsfield Jackson. So like I said, gonna get myself some lunch and then chill before it is time to load up.
Who's following you? Who's watching?
You guys can see the burger here. I got the cowboy burger, came with onion rings, bacon, some American cheese. Looks really, really good. There's the plane that we're gonna be taking to Charlotte. As you can see, very, very small. Just 4 total seats on a row, 2 and 2 separated. Getting ready to board. Well, you know it's hot in Atlanta when you're walking through this area and you can just feel the humidity and the steam. Getting ready for the start of our journey. It's 12:55. Plane's supposed to take off at 1. That's probably not gonna happen. We'll see how delayed it is, but the flight itself is only gonna be an hour. So not too bad, really quick. And then just a couple hour layover in Charlotte before we head on to Spain. All right, 1 flight down, 1 flight to go. In the background, you can see we are at the Charlotte airport now in Charlotte, North Carolina. The flight we just have very, very quick, less than an hour in the air. Yours truly took a quick little cat nap, which was nice and needed. So I'm hoping I'll be able to sleep on the flight tonight. I always try to sleep on these overseas flights and it just seems to never happen. So we'll see, we'll find out. But we've got about 2 hours or so worth of a layover here in the Charlotte airport before we board our next flight. And then when we touch land again, we'll be in Europe. Look,
Hey,
look
it's
who
your
I
boy,
found.
J-Bod. He's right here. J-Bod's ready to get on the plane, boys. Let's go. We gotta go to Madrid.
I found him at Charlotte Airport. He's gonna hop along the ride for us. So y'all be prepared for these adventures. All right, walking to the next plane. As you guys just met good old Dougie J-Bod's. Much bigger plane for this trip overseas.
Imagine taking that little one overseas. I couldn't take that little one.
The gang, all here. Got about a 7.5 hour flight ahead of us, maybe a little longer. Hopefully get some sleep because when we get there, it'll be 6 a.m.-ish in Madrid. So we'll have the full day ahead of us. Bienvenidos. What? A España. Buenos dias. You can see the sun shining. We are exhausted because it is like 1:10 a.m., but it's 7:10 a.m. here. But we're off the plane, long ride over now to make our way through the Madrid airport to start our day. As we wait on the plane train to take us to baggage claim, one thing we've all kind of thought is fairly weird that you can see so far here in Madrid is the English translation is still on top of the Spanish translation, and it's been that way on all the signs that we've seen since we stepped off the plane. And of course, the only food places we saw making our way down here were Starbucks and Burger King. So I'm sure the international flair is feeling pretty authentic so far.
Like I told you, this is not the main residence now for the royal family. But sometimes they close for big events. Whenever a prime minister comes for a visit, they will close and they will have like a nice banquet, a nice dinner here inside. We'll visit that with a local guide tomorrow. That beautiful building that you can see over there, that's the Opera House of Madrid. That over there. We're gonna pass by and I'm gonna take you to one of the main squares here in Madrid called Plaza Mayor, which is one of the most iconic places. By the way, in Plaza Mayor, not a place to eat because this is one of the most famous places. It's one of the most expensive ones, okay? I'm gonna show you. Basically, this is the square of Isabel, but nobody calls it like that, okay? We all know like opera, the opera house. I've stopped here because at the end of the walking tour, we're gonna end up in the other side of this street, in the main square of Spain called Puerta del Sol. And what I'm saying is the main square because actually there we have the kilometer zero. So from where all the roads in Spain are measured, and that's one is the main square. And I'm gonna tell you a couple of things about that square because normally there's so many people there, and I will be screaming there for you to hear me. There's a tradition in Spain that every New Year's Eve we eat 12 grapes for luck for the rest of the year. 12 grapes that you have to eat in the 12 last seconds of the year. Believe me, that's a challenge. We start when we're kids, but basically now you can buy even cans when they're like the grapes are peeled, they don't have seed or anything, because there's always somebody in the family who starts laughing. And then if that person starts laughing after a couple of drinks, you start laughing. And then it's so difficult to swallow 12 grapes at the same time. You have to make wishes. It depends on the person. I normally make 12 wishes, and if you eat the 12 grapes, you will have a fantastic year and everything will come true. I still believe in that, just in case you want to incorporate that in your back at home. So there in Puerta del Sol, apart from having the kilometer zero, we have the most important bell tower where everybody's watching, and that bell tower, when it's like dong, the last 12 rings on the year, and everybody's watching TV and saying goodbye to the New Year's, to the last seconds of the year. So that's the way we celebrate here in Spain, and that's where we'll end up our walking tour, and that's where will be the meeting point as well. And from that place to here, we have this street called Arenal Street, which is a pedestrian street. I will point to you a few streets nearby Sol, where all the shops are located.
Well, we've made it to Plaza Mayor, Puerta del Sol. In the middle of Madrid. Massive.
Like this, they used to celebrate big events. Okay, when something will happen, they will celebrate it here. Actually, the Christmas fair always takes place here in Plaza Mayor. In the old times, they even had bullfights in this Plaza Mayor. Bullfights, women, yes, bullfights. We still have bullfights and bullfighters here in Spain. There are a couple of places where are forbidden, like Catalonia and the Canary Islands. They don't have no bullfights anymore, they were forbidden. But here, actually I was with a girl 2 weeks ago and they went to a bullfight. They have like special days, but I can tell you.
We are in Puerta del Sol, and we've been given some free time. So we are gonna go find us something to eat back at the San Miguel Market. Big open marketplace, tons of different food offerings there. So a little something for everybody. We've got a few hours of free time before we've got to meet up to go to the Prado. So I think we're gonna do some eating and do some shopping, because we are in the main market area of Madrid. All right, I ate about half of it, just to be honest with you guys. It's 6 a.m. at home, so it's like my stomach didn't really know what to do with it at this hour. It wasn't bad. It was definitely different. It was more chewy than I expected it to be. But it was messy. It was pretty good. But I probably wouldn't get it again. It also cost about 10 euros. So it's a fairly expensive sandwich. But all in all, glad I tried it, and it'll probably hold me over for a little bit. Here's the crazy inside of the market, guys, since I didn't show this to y'all earlier. but just very chaotic. Everybody had a chance to get lunch at the market, so now we're walking down here to the Chocolateria de San Ynez, and I probably just butchered that name, but it is the most famous chocolateria in all of Madrid. And good old Dougie J let us know that an episode of Somebody Feed Phil on Netflix was filmed here with Phil eating right out front and trying this place. So we're gonna get in line and we're gonna give it a shot. See what they've got. There's our chocolate with churros that we got. You can see the chocolate very, very, very thick, almost pudding-like. Looks delicious. Ty's gonna be so jealous.
He's in the corner.
Yep.
They got Buck Wild in the corner.
He's over here. Yep. Ty loves churros, so I know he's gonna be upset. He doesn't care for chocolate, but he'd eat these all day long.
Super slow-mo close-up.
Just wanted on record that I was dared to drink that thick hot chocolate, and it tasted about like you would have expected it to. So definitely paying for that now, because that was hot and thick and just, well, the churros and the chocolate together, pretty good. You know, not the greatest thing I've ever had, but it was nice. It was good. But yeah, don't drink the chocolate. Okay, still over here in Puerto del Sol. Took a picture just a second ago at this spot right here, the 0 kilometer spot. All roads from Madrid measure out from this spot. So I got a very touristy picture, just like you see these folks here putting their feet on the spot. Alright, so we are out in front of the Prado Museum. You can tell it is under either some renovations or remodeling, which I think is kind of funny because the only other time I was here in Madrid was about 11 years ago, and it was under refurbishment, remodeling then too. So I don't know if it's just been under construction that whole time or if it's just that time for the Prado again, but we'll be going in. Pretty excited about this because I believe our tour director has a scavenger hunt for us to complete inside of the art museum, as far as pieces of art to see and find and stuff like that, which after all the free time we had this morning and just how tired everybody is, I think that's a much better bet than just saying, hey, y'all have 2.5, 3 hours in this art museum, go. So we'll see, and I'll film some more of that. That last video you guys saw, hope y'all appreciated that. That just goes to show you how tired we really are, all of us are. Poor Jacob just falling asleep on the side of the road there as we were resting and waiting on everybody else. But hope y'all got as much laughter out of that video as we did. Hey everybody, so I really couldn't film in the Prado because they have rules against taking pictures and video and stuff. We're still in the museum, but we're out of the gallery area. Doug and I knocked that scavenger hunt out in about 25-30 minutes. We hope we're not the only ones that did it, but we'll find that out in a little bit. We had a good time. It was really fun, and then it allowed us to come and just relax and sit down and talk. And as you can kind of see here behind me, most of the kids are chilling and sleeping right now again because it's been a really long day. But luckily from here, we're going to dinner, and I'll show you guys obviously what we're going to have there. Everybody's going to have the same thing. It's a prefix menu, and it'll be that way for the whole trip wherever we go, because they know we're coming, and so they've prepared some kind of local cuisine for us. So I'll show you guys what we're getting, and then we'll head to the hotel, and I'll show you guys the hotel and what our accommodations look like, and then we'll finally call it a night. After about a 30-minute walk, we're here at La Eccentrica for dinner tonight. Okay, so I forgot to film my food before it came out, but we had a pasta salad to start, and then some meatballs, and some rice with that, and then they also brought bread. Everything has been extremely delicious so far. Dessert has arrived.
French toast.
A Spanish French toast. How was dinner?
It was great.
Dinner was
Had me some meatballs and some rice, and it's like a cinnamon toast thing. I think I don't know what it was. It's the best thing I ever put in my mouth.
It was very, very good. Finally got to the hotel. Let me show you my room here. Got the bidet there. A nice shower, tub combo. Hey everybody. Got the closet behind me. Safe. Coffee. Little mini fridge. Reading chair. I mean, this is actually fairly big by European standards of a room. Now you gotta make sure you have your proper adapter since the plugs are different here. But got a few of those. And that's gonna do it for our first day, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this. I've been very tired, as has my whole group. If you've been able to tell, we are calling it an early night so that hopefully we can get caught back up on sleep and get adjusted to the time change over here. We've got an early morning tomorrow for another fun-filled day in Madrid. So I will see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for coming along. Again, this was a fantastic day. What's your why?